in the last 24 hours, I was able to book 2 new clients. Well, one returning client and then a new client. I had a Zoom call with them last night about shooting next Friday. And again, it's a 2 camera interview setup, a B-roll, about a 5-minute video, and then like 7 1 to 2 minute videos. It's for an event. And then I just got an email from a client I shot with last year, asking me if I have availability for some just event coverage, social media stuff. And I was actually thinking about reaching out to her to be like, hey, I'm just saying I have some openings right now. I have some free time, or I'm taking on more clients. Do you have any work down the pipeline? Or do you want to start preparing for some more work over the summer? And luckily, I didn't have to do that. She just did it. So sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes it's feast or famine. But yeah, it's great to, it's good to like know that you made a video for them, for a client. And sometimes when you make it and you give it to them, they're very happy, but you never hear from them again. You're like, oh, I guess it wasn't good enough. More often than not, they just don't have the budget, or they don't have the strategy for more videos. And if you do a great enough video, the company tends to be like, we need to lean into this. It's been an asset to our company. So no matter what, if it's just for one video or for a series of videos or for a retainer client, whatever, always do your best. Always put your best foot forward, and then that way you can develop more clients.
So this is shoot one of, I believe, 3 this week, and it's a fairly straightforward B-roll capture day, about a 2-hour shoot. Basically, I'm grabbing B-roll of a presentation that the client is doing, and they're doing it at 3 different locations over a couple of weeks. And then eventually we're gonna sit down and do like a talking head interview setup, and then use a B-roll. So today is just basically grabbing quick shots of the presenters doing their thing, and then it's rinse and repeat for the next 2 days. So today I opted to use my Ronin, I think it's the RS2 rig, my A7 IV. I have a love-hate relationships with the gimbal. I feel like it gives me amazing results, but I can never really properly balance it. I feel like it's just never perfectly balanced. But this is my setup right here. So I have my Shinobi plugged in there, and I have my Insta360 camera as my vlogger today. And I think this pretty works well. I never really use it with the monitor, but I'm trying it out just to see how it is. And I gotta say, it's definitely a big help. And I use Tamron lenses, use 24 to 70 right there, and then sometimes I throw the 70 to 180 on there if I'm feeling crazy. But yeah, this is pretty much my gimbal setup. And I do have wider lenses for it, and that really does look great on the gimbal. I don't really need to shoot a lot of things super wide today. And then this is me just grabbing some B-roll of the campus just to throw it in there. And yeah, it was just fairly straightforward, about an hour, 2 hours with load in, load out. And it's just about getting variety of shots, keeping it interesting. And what's cool is basically I get to cover this presentation like 2 or 3 more times. So I get to go back and review the footage and see if I can think outside the box and say, hey, maybe I can come up with a cool new angle. I shoot everything 60 frames as well, just so I have options to slow it up or speed it down. This is me being a madman and throwing my 70 to 180 on the gimbal. It does hold it pretty well. Um, and it does offer some interesting shots, but I wouldn't like live with it. And then if I get bored with that, I just go handheld. You know, luckily these internal stabilizations on these cameras are outrageous, so going handheld is a solid option. Also, too, I had to do photos, just like some quick snaps. So if I'm handheld, I can grab a few stills and switch over and just do some video work. So but yeah, this was pretty straightforward, a light day. The main challenge is really trying to be creative with your angles and not just doing close-ups and trying to get unique things on it. And it's also like the room is pretty boring, so it was a challenge, but it's also to be expected. It's pretty cool to have these small little jobs sprinkled throughout the week. Some days I'm on my feet from 9 to whatever, and then some days I'm in and out in 2 hours. So I like the variety of the every project. So now I'm off to the second B-roll gig of the day for a different client. Traveling super light A7 IV, just a few lenses, my DJI Osmo Pocket 2, which is good for social media stuff. Um, and my Westcott flash for photos. So very easy, simple, fit on one backpack. No need to reinvent the wheel. So this shoot is just it's for my retainer client. They've been having me go to different places in their organization just to shoot events and gather B-roll because they usually ask to do a giant video at the end of the year, and they want to showcase like everything they do. It's a nonprofit, so we've been really conscious this year of like gathering any little thing, any event that is important. That way, when we have that time to edit that video, we have tons of content to pull from, and also too, it's like social media stuff that they wanted. So, but it's pretty straightforward usually, and it's just kind of like observing, grabbing cool B-roll clips, and I have my Westcott flash here, the FJ82 on my camera because when have to switch from video to photo, it just makes it easier. Ideally, I would love that. I was thinking about doing it in a way where my A74 is my photo camera, and then I either get another smaller camera like the FX3 as my video run and gun camera. The FS7 is just so heavy, and it only works if you have an easy rig, which I do have, but I rarely use it because it's just a lot of gear. So a shit like this doesn't really call for that. So right now I'm trying to figure out what the best solution is to this problem. But honestly, the best gear you have is the gear you have in your hands, and you can still, despite all the little minor inconveniences it might cause you, you can still get the job done and you do a great job with it. So that's it for this vlog. But I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who checked it out, who subscribed, who left a comment. This whole thing is new to me. I'm enjoying interaction between everybody. I'm learning a lot from watching your videos, and it's been truly inspiring. And I love this new wave of videographers who are vlogging. It's really cool, and it's a cool way to network with each other. So I just want to say thank you, and please keep watching, subscribe, like, all that stuff. And I'll try and keep these things more informative and entertaining as possible. So thank you guys, and rock on, and I'll see you in the next one.